Hello, hello, hello. This is Alice coming to you from Beamer's Crafty Corner. And I went on a scavenger. I did. I went and I was driving down the street and I saw this sign and it was pink and it said estate sale and it had an arrow. So I followed it. I don't know why. It just happened. And then there was another pink sign and it said estate sale and it had an arrow. So I followed it. And eventually I ended up at a house. And I went in and they had all kinds of stuff. Well, I think the lady was a crafter because they had this bag and it was full of buttons and like old vintage buttons and cool new buttons and safety pins and cool beads and this thing, which I think is a bra strap. I'm not sure. And this is a button. That's a button, guys. So it was all this cool stuff. Ooh, cool. And I got some of these in here. That's cool. Those are pretty. Yeah, Lily thinks they're pretty. Yeah. And I got some cool buttons. So I got all these really cool buttons and stuff. And they're like really big and awesome. And there's some small ones and there's some pretty ones. And then there's things like this. Look at that. That's a beautiful piece right there. There's a screw in there. I have a screw loose. So there's all this stuff in here, and some of it's new and some of it's old. Oh, that's cute. Look at him. He's adorable. So I'm going to go through this, put it in some bags, and then I'll put it in the shop. So these are going in the shop. Cufflinks. There's always like one cufflink in every bag of buttons that I find. It's really cool. So, it's some neat stuff. Some of them are still on cards, and some of them are, free. That was cool. Look at that one. So I'm going to go ahead and sort these into bags, take out stuff that isn't buttons, like beads. And then I'll put them in some bags, and I'll put them in the store. So after I found the buttons, I found like this whole stack of stuff. And they were like, oh, sure, yeah, here, you can have it. And it was like some lace. And now this is pink, and I don't think it's vintage. It certainly isn't. They had it in the yellow too, but only in the single line. They only had a little piece of it. But they had this it looks old, but it's not vintage. It's probably 1980s. Not that old. Okay. But there were some other things. Let's take a look at this one. Look at this. Isn't that gorgeous? Look. It's so pretty. And the width on this is really nice. It's about 4.5 inches. So, I could really see that like as like the end on a book, covering the book, I think it would be awesome. So I got that. All right. Then they had this one. They just kind of let me pick the ones I wanted. So I grabbed what was there. Of course, this all needs to be cleaned, There's not a lot of this. I think it's like less than a yard. It might be right at a yard. Let me see. 1, 2. Yeah, it's just a hair more than a yard. But it's very nice. And they had this black. And the black is very nice because it's like very wide and it's double-sided. So you've got that scallop. Let me see if I can bring it out. There we go. So you have the scallop on both sides. See? There we go. That's a little better, guys. So we got scallop on both sides. So again, this would be really nice on like a bookend. So grab that. And there was this in the pile. And this is kind of just a sheet lace. And obviously it's cut off of something, a bolt, but it's got just gorgeous roses. And look at that scalloped edge. And it's that silk threading. So it's really pretty. Beautiful, beautiful piece of lace. I don't know what I'm going to do with it, but I found it. Okay, and then there was this. This is pretty old. This is actually very old. But it's just cute, and it's small. It's only like 1.5 inches. It's 1.25 inches, just over 1.25 inches. It's really nice. I got that one. And ooh, look at this. Look at this. Now it's seen better days, but look at that little vintage handkerchief. All embroidered. Just gorgeous. So yeah, that'll have to be hand washed and then pressed, and we'll see if it can be saved. I may actually have to put this onto, make a book cloth out of it in order to save it. So we'll see. All right, and then I got this beautiful piece of vintage right here. Take a look at that. That's a finished edge and then a small scallop on the bottom, on the tool, of course. Very pretty. There's quite a bit of that there. And then we found this one. Again, this one's vintage, very old. You can tell it's very old. It doesn't really have that, like, it's not falling apart old, but it's old. You can feel it's the older lace. Very pretty little, kind of a daisy type pattern. And then there was this. Very pretty. Again, this really needs to be cleaned and kind of loved, you know. So I will get them washed all by hand, I assure you. And I found this one. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? Again, this is something that you could see on like a book cover just over the end of the book. So we'll get these all washed because they're very old, and then I'll have to do it all by hand because they're very, very dainty. Now, I found this. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? It's like a daisy and then like a little rose here, almost like a tulip. Little tails on it, some ivy and stuff. Very pretty, very, very delicate. And these little paisley swirls down here that are almost like little birds, they look like almost. So got that one. And I found this one. And there was quite a bit of this, and I really liked it, so I grabbed it. And I thought, you know, I could just very easily cut these and make them into little appliques. So, I don't know, I might sell those like 2 or 3 in a set or something. But of course, I'm going to keep some for myself because I always do. All right. So then the other bag I found was a bag of fabric. These aren't very large pieces. They're small. But this is like a purple and green stripe. I liked that. And then this was like the same thing, but in black. And then there was this like orange and beige paisley, which I thought was really cute. These are all nice cottons. And then there was a lot of these Halloween fabrics. And, you know, I know a lot of people that like to do Halloween journals and stuff. And to be honest with you, July is like when you should probably start that. But this one was cute. It had the little hat, the little cat with all the different hats and stuff. So I thought that was cute. And then there was this one, which was just the pumpkins with the little black kittens, and I thought that was cute, so I grabbed it. And then there was like this stack of pre-cut squares. And now this is odd because these all seem to be folded really small, like miniature fat quarters. And when I opened them, I expected them to be something, but they're not. They're just little squares in beautiful little kind of vintage looking patterns. So I'm probably going to, you know, sell that whole set. And then there was this one, which is just like creepy old branches with moons and clouds. And this, which is a brown and black paisley. Let me see if I can open this up a little more. There we go. So you guys can see that. It's like a dark rusty brown with this like black paisley pattern on it. Very cute. And then there was this, which I really liked. It's just kind of a multicolor squiggly line. And I liked that one. And then this one was cute too. It's just like little orange stars on a black background. And then there was this one, which was just some little moons and stars. And this looks like it's a fat quarter. It's folded like a fat quarter. And then there was this one, which is little ghosts in like an iridescent hologram. And there's not a lot of this. It's like a couple of little pieces. But I thought, this would be cute. I could use this on the spine of a Halloween journal. It would be adorable. And then there was this one, which is like a witch and a pumpkin guy running from the spider. And I thought that was cute, so I grabbed that. And then this one's just moon and stars. Again, I think this is a fat quarter, just by the way that it's folded. Looks pretty typical of a fat quarter. So that's what I found, right? Okay, so that's it, guys. Until I see you next time. My question of the day. I need a question. I need a question. All right, here's my question. Who is my online partner? Till the next time, guys. If you haven't done so already, hit that red button and subscribe. Like me, ring my bell, and share me with all your friends. Because I got vintage lace and fabrics and buttons. Till the next time. Bye-bye.